What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Bangers Only podcast. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our YouTube channel. Yeah, guys, enjoy this one. Peace. Welcome back, everybody. I'm so hyped for this episode. But first off, Clarke, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm hyped too. I mean, I'm really excited for this one for a lot of reasons, but what about you?
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, Joji's been one of those guys that I've been really wanting to talk about, but also it was a good opportunity for me to go through like everything he has out right now, you know? And I've been meaning to get around to it and finally not that I had to force myself to do it, but I wanted to do it. And that was big for me.
So, have you listened to much of his music prior to this?
Yeah, I listened to a lot of his stuff, but there was definitely stuff I hadn't heard before.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really interesting for me to listen to, and it was really cool because I remember talking to people about Joji, and they'd be like, "Oh, what songs?" And I named some songs like, "Bro, those are basic," you know. And I was like, "Well, that's all I've really heard," you know. It was a group of 10 songs that I've heard.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Those are basic. You got to dive into other stuff." And I was like, "Okay," you know. And it's not like he has a bunch of music that's down there and but I still hadn't heard a lot of it. So this was really
Yeah.
cool.
That's interesting that you say that people have said that to you because, in my opinion, the songs that he's most famous for are easily the best ones.
Yeah, they totally are. But I think there's a certain there's a certain thing about the other songs. Honestly, there's songs that I heard and I was like, dude, I really like these. I could add these to my playlist 100%.
Mm-hmm.
That I just hadn't heard before, and I really liked it because for me, I was like, wow, he's very not, I'm not gonna say he's diverse, you know, but he's creative and
Yeah.
he's pretty talented too.
Oh yeah. He's a super talented guy. I mean,
yeah.
for me at least, I mean, I don't know how many of our listeners were Filthy Frank fans back in the day, but I mean, when I was younger, I don't remember. I think Filthy Frank was big when I was in middle school and high school, beginning of high school. And for those who don't know, before George became Joji, he was YouTuber Filthy Frank, who's basically the dude who birthed many. He birthed meme culture, and I don't mean basic ass memes. I mean like memes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Filthy Frank was an icon in on the YouTube scene for being super controversial, and he had all his different characters. George did, and there's Pink Guy and Pink Guy made music, and I think what Filthy Frank helped George do was initiate music as an outlet for him, because he's always been a really talented storyteller, a really talented guy, and he's always made music, albeit meme music back in the day. But it's really cool to see what he's transitioned into, especially because I've seen it happen. Because Filthy Frank and Joji are very different people.
Very different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was just honestly, I was blown away by some of this stuff, and it was just it's interesting. It was really cool to see and hear the arc from where he was, and the music he was making, as Pink Guy and other things, and just how serious he started making music.
I remember sending you those Pink Guy songs.
Yeah. Oh man, honestly, I loved them. They're
were so good.
You know why though? It's because it reminded me of fucking Tiny Meat Gang. Remember I showed you some songs from them, right? Fucking Short Kings, and they have just the meme songs.
Yeah,
and his bars are hard. Everything he was saying was just funny.
So funny. It's so ironic humor too. It's really good.
It really is. I mean, if we're talking about Pink Guy, and we're talking about that 33 songs that he released.
Yeah, on Pink Season, and that was I think his second album too. Is Pink Guy.
Yeah, so Pink Season was really fun to listen to. I normally, I listen to the songs while I read the lyrics, but like I wasn't gonna do it with this
No.
album.
Wait,
I
did
was
you
just
listen
gonna
to that in preparation for this?
Yeah,
Because
I
I did.
did just for fun.
Really?
Like not because I wanted to talk about it in depth, but because I wanted to see the arc. I wanted to see how he goes from this to Joji,
Yeah.
and you know, it was also really cool because there were some parts in some of his later projects where he in a way like kind of brings back Pink Eye, not
Pays
in a crazy
homage
sense.
with the
Yeah,
uke.
exactly, like things like that. And like I think there's a line in Nectar somewhere. I don't know which song it was, but I think in like if you pay attention, he says like "suck my balls" somewhere in there. It's really funny. He says something like that, and like when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, that's Pink Eye for
Yeah,
sure."
the traces are there, and honestly, like for the longest time, I couldn't get past it. I couldn't get past the fact that Joji was Filthy Frank, and I don't know why I was like that, but like I just kind of hear his music and be like, this is just weird to me because like he used to be Filthy Frank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But honestly, like what got me into Joji's music, because I know that he would like it if we talk about them as separate. You know, like I know out of respect, he's changed his life for the better. I know he was going through a lot of mental health issues when he stopped doing Filthy Frank. I remember this video he posted, but I remember hearing I Don't Want to Waste My Time. That was the first Joji song I heard.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's we can go into In Tongues if you want now from that.
Yeah, I am down.
All right.
So it starts off with "Will He,"
Yeah. Will
and
He was another one of the popular songs off this project.
dude, I really liked it. Like, dude, like honestly, just the way this whole project like was dope. Like, I really like the drum pattern on this song.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it just worked. It helped with the sad boy vibes. It
Yeah.
helped with everything. And this was a project I had never heard before.
Really?
No, like this was one of the ones I was like, no way, like this is good stuff. Like I really liked it.
You hadn't heard Will He before?
No,
Damn.
that's what I'm saying. Like I've heard other stuff, but like
Yeah.
knowing a lot of these songs that were, I was like, oh shit, like this is Joji. Like that stuff was cool to me to hear.
Yeah. That song has a killer music video too.
I haven't seen them.
So does Demons.
I read a lot about like the music videos and like what like a lot of the things symbolize. And I was like, fuck, like I want to watch them.
They're really incredible music videos.
Yeah.
I really like the one for Demons. It's really interesting, but you should watch it
Mhm.
for yourself.
Yeah. I think one day, like when I don't know what to do, I'll just like watch videos on like him,
Yeah.
But about Will He, like it was really dope just to like hear it. It was such a like a mellow song too.
I really like Will He a
and
lot.
it's an interesting choice for like an opener, I feel. Because like it's slow,
Yeah.
and it's not like it's a short, slow intro. Oh shit. It's not like it's a slow, like minute and a half intro that a lot of people do. This was like a full song, and it kind of like makes you like, okay, what is he setting up? Like your intro song is like a setup, it kind of like lays it down.
I think that I feel like because we haven't talked about this like prior to this episode, but I feel like our opinions might be different on a lot of things in this episode, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're going to be too.
I think this project it's pretty weak. I think it has some really great songs on there. I think it has 3 really great songs on there. All the other ones, in my opinion, are pretty not very memorable. I think the main problem that I have with it is that it has no direction in constantly following the trendy melodic ideas from lo-fi hip hop, and it just delves on a very surface level into kind of emo pop rap, and then his vocally his performance I think is pretty poor on most of the songs as well. I think they're mixed too airily, you know, they're all over the place. It doesn't showcase what he can do, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But the tracks where there's an exception to that is Will He, Demons, and I Don't Want to Waste My Time. I think those are the three tracks on here that I really enjoy. You know what I mean? I don't know if you
No,
agree
yeah,
with any of
I
that.
totally, I honestly like that was the one thing that I was looking for. Obviously, was production wise and
Yeah.
where he was with that. And you're right. A lot of it was very like airy and just kind of like lo-fi, you know.
Yeah. And
Um,
even like not production wise though, I think he comes across as far too moody on this project, and it just to the point where it's like, all right, we know that this is your sound, but like, what else can you do? Which he clearly understands later on down the line because he breaks out of this mold pretty fairly quickly, I think. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about this project. I can talk about those three songs though for a bit.
what are your three?
Well, Will He, which we talked
Mhm.
about, which I think is an incredible song. Because, I mean, having instrumentals like this works, I think, if you do it right.
Mhm.
But if it's constant and, you know, I just don't think it works. But Demons it changes that for me because it just feels like so much more of a complete track. Like you can actually make out what he's saying, and like he's actually giving an like emotion filled performance here. And while the vocals are still kind of like loose and airy, they're way stronger. Like I think the beat is a lot better on this track than it is on a lot of the other songs, and like I love the sound of the chains in the background too, because it's especially while he's saying like "Please let me go." I mean, that's really cool. I like that part. I love how you know it changes into that, how the piano comes up more to the front towards the end of the track with him still being emotional yet having energy. I think what I was trying to say earlier is that like on a lot of tracks he lacked energy, and which we talked about in studio recording. I remember it's not necessarily about the how upbeat the performance is; it's about what you're putting into it. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Um, I think you know his choice to do it like that goes like goes in hand with the sad, emotional, like overly emotional type vibes.
Yeah.
You know, and he's kind of consistent with that. Like a lot of it's very like just mellow. You know, like I could never. I don't think I could get really hyped to any of these songs. You know,
No.
nothing in here is like, you know, like oh, I'm gonna get ready to go have a badass day. This is all just like I need to unwind and just
Yeah.
like
No. Yeah.
chill.
The
You
music
know.
has a purpose, and I
Mm-hmm.
think he also it has a purpose for himself. Like he's articulating what he's feeling, and I think it works really well on a couple of these tracks. Like I said,
Mm-hmm. And I agree with what you said earlier. Like this doesn't really showcase what he can do, you
right?
know. But I think this was 20
2018 or
2018.
2017.
Yeah. So like, you know, 3 years ago, it's I'm not upset with it, you
Right.
know? Like I don't think I'm upset with, you know, how it turned out. I am um it got me excited just because I know some of the other songs he has, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
like I know they're not on this project, so I was like, okay, like definitely he's made a jump, you
Yeah.
know, and like he starts showcasing what he can really do.
Yeah.
And I think
Exactly.
if anything, this might have been like a little bit of like a confidence booster for him, you know, just trying to
Mm-hmm.
like test the water, you know, and then in ballads he got way more comfortable.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I think as an artist, that's just like what happens though too.
It is, and like you gotta kind of start somewhere. Like everybody gotta start somewhere, like we said, and obviously George had been making a lot more music prior to this. Like this isn't his first rodeo, but I mean, I think it's his first time trying to be take it really seriously. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I think it. I could see what he was doing, but like I guess for like an example, like Plastic Taste, um,
Yeah.
it's just boring in my opinion. I like he repeats the same thing over and over and over again for like most of the song with little variation to the instrumental, which is just a few chords on the piano to begin with. And like with Pills, the vocals again are incredibly just thrown on there, thrown on top, like super airily. Uh, I don't know. The instrumental's lacking of kind of any direction to me. It's super sleepy, you know? And like, I know that some people probably like that, you know what I mean? But for me, I think it works best on tracks like I Don't Want to Waste My Time, where, you know, he's telling a story. You can make out what he's saying. The instrumental is beautiful on that track. I mean, it's the first track of his that I heard, and I'm glad it was because I think it's one of my favorite songs of his still after listening to all of his projects. Like it's super simple, you know what I mean? But it doesn't do too much to the point where you're like, okay, what's going on here? But the harmonies are beautiful, and I think those harmonies are laying the groundwork for how much he harmonizes down the line because that's a big part of his music. I don't know. I really like that song.
Yeah, I didn't really like World Star Money, bro.
No, me neither. I didn't even.
I thought it started off cool, and I was like, okay, I could get with it. And then he just came in with that beat, and I was like, I didn't feel okay. You know, yeah. I felt very uneasy, and you know, I'm sure it took a while to like produce that. Like, you know, it was very off like the snap. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was really just kind of thrown in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, he's experimenting, which is I guess is okay.
Yeah.
But you know, I think with Joji as an artist, like you kind of get a feel for him. You know, he likes to sing and you know write about like tragic kind of things. Not about tragic either, but just they're like sad.
The harder parts of life.
Yeah, they're harder parts of life. But I think he does a decent job doing that in this project.
He does, and not everything that he's writing is like about him. You know, like on I Don't Want to Waste My Time, he said it's not about him, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, also I think we gotta keep in mind like his audience, you know? Like I feel like his audience is like, if I'm being real, a lot of it's, you know, moody teenagers, moody young people, who aren't going to be critical of a project like this, where it doesn't seem like a lot went into it. When you look at it from a critical lens, which I tried to do because I came into it as a big fan of a lot of his music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you listen to the remixes on the deluxe?
I didn't.
No?
No.
Oh. Bro, will he with the Medicine remix? Dude, I love Medicine. He's great. I love a lot of his songs. I love his like beat drops. Like he does a little like wind up and then they drop. Listen to listen to the remix one, dude. It's pretty freaking good.
Okay.
There's some other ones on there that I absolutely just don't like. And they kind of like, you know, mutilated the song.
Mutilated. Yeah, no, I kind of have an issue with remixes sometimes because I guess a good example is the After Hours Deluxe by The Weeknd. I did not like the remixes that were on that. I think they were pointless and just not good. Yeah. But
like, I'm not gonna say this remix of Will He is better than the original.
No,
but it was different. It was different to hear like what it sounded like was almost like, you know, when like you get like a demo of a song and then like, you know, 2 years later they release it on an album and it's completely different. Like they change out like a crappy like MIDI piano for like something legit, you know, and like they just kind of put some more production into it. That's what I feel like this remix was for me, and I really liked it. So
okay, I'll check it out.
Definitely check it out. I wouldn't recommend any of the other ones. I think I don't really remember them all, but that well.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, I liked it. It was very honestly. It's just because I'm a fan of Medicine, and like I was proud. It's like when you hear a song by Kenny Beats, and you're like, "Ooh, this is gonna be
Kenny."
You know what I'm saying?
Kenny produced. I don't know if it was one or more tracks on Nectar.
Did he? Oh, I did see that.
Yeah,
I don't remember which ones, but I did see that.
I think In Tongues is a good. It got him on the map for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, I mean, will he? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's what people heard. I mean, if you look at the views on the videos and all that, like that song exploded, and for good
Mhm.
reason. It's a great song, you know. Um, but yeah,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
all right,
Yeah. I
ballads.
feel like we just talked about tongues too long. We gotta move on.
Ballads one. All right, where should we start? Should we just? I don't know.
This was a project that I have listened to before,
Uh
but
huh.
not in depth, not paying attention, crazy, not trying to like, dissect it and, pick it apart. So it was really cool to listen and like pay attention.
Hmm.
What about you?
I've heard various tracks off of here, but not like all of them. I haven't gone and listened to it. And doing so, uh, I gotta say I was kind of disappointed
Okay.
because the first two tracks are the two best tracks on the album.
You think so?
Especially the second track. The second track's the best song on the album, hands down.
Oh yeah, it is.
And it
But that's the one that's like the most like mainstream, but like it's like one of his best songs, I
it's
think.
his best song. Like that song, bro, is
Yeah.
so fucking good. Like from every standpoint. Like Joji completely does away with the lack of energy, the moodiness. It's gone. Like he shows that he can sing on this track. And the lyrics are incredible, the writing's incredible, the instrumental is incredible. What it turns into in the hook of the song, it slowly builds up to him screaming dark, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
um it shows what he's capable of vocally, and it tells an amazing, interesting story that's simple yet like fun and interesting. It's a masterpiece of a song, I think. And I'll say that about a lot of songs, but Slow Dancing in the Dark is a
It is.
masterpiece.
And like just like the message is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like dancing is one of those like intimate things. Like you're with somebody and it's
Yeah.
slow dancing. It's not just like fucking getting hyped to some EDM. It's like slow dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been to prom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know how slow dancing is. It's an intimate thing, and the whole like in the dark, it's like it kind of takes away that intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
And because
He's
you
like, I don't
can't
want to
really
do it in the
you
dark.
can't really see them.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point of like slow dancing is to be next to them, be with them, look at them, talk to them. And he's like slow dance in the dark, and you're like, okay, like that's kind of weird,
Yeah.
But I think he illustrates it well, and I think, um, you know, when reading this, not reading this, but like listening to these songs and reading the lyrics, um, like it kind of reminded me of how, I forgot who we talked about. I think it was Umi where I mentioned that like, they're kind of she writes about a lot of like mainstream stuff, but she does it in her own way.
Mm-hmm.
And Joji, he writes about the same subject matter, I would say, pretty often. It's a lot of
Oh
like
yeah.
emotional things. It's a lot about like relationships and like just hurting and feelings.
Yeah.
But like he does it in like an artistic way, and like
The metaphors in this track, like what you're
Mhm.
saying, like it's so unique. I love the first line of the song. I mean, when he's like, I don't want a friend, I want my life in two, you know?
Mhm.
Like that's such a good lyric. Like it's just so good. And it's the beat, it leaves space for him to say something, you know? And then, after that first, couple bars, the synth hit, right on the kick, and it just progresses up from there. And oh my god, bro, this song, like if you're into music, you will totally geek out over this song.
Yeah, it's good. I remember the first time hearing it too. Me and my cousin, we shout out Amanda. We went to Ventura, like beach somewhere over there in Ventura,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked her, I was like, hey, like, what are you listening to nowadays? Like, I'm always curious as to what people are listening to. And she goes, oh, like, I started listening to this guy named Joji, and I was like, oh, okay, Joji, put it on. You know, she goes, have you ever heard him? And I was like, in my mind, oh, I knew yes, but like just to make her happy, I was like, no, I haven't. You know, and then she played me "Slow Dancing in the Dark," and I was like, okay, she's got some good taste. You know, like I can let her live. I
Yeah.
can let her like live listening to this stuff. You know, if she played me something random, I'd be like, girl, you need to stop. You know, but she played me this song, and like I was impressed and I was proud of her. But
Yeah.
like this was the song she pulled up when I said, "What are you listening to?"
No, yeah. I mean, like when I first heard it, I was so impressed with everything that I'm saying now, but like just the growth from In Tongues to this. I mean, everything I'd heard up until this point was pretty good, but like this song, bro. I've said what I can say. You know, I think that okay, when I was listening to Ballads One and from like start to finish, after hearing Attention and Slow Dance in the Dark, I was like, this is about to be a classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because Attention is a really cool song too,
it is.
because it's like I know we're gonna talk about that 808 because it's like the most interesting part of the track, but like it's one of those tracks that has a really interesting juxtaposition between like a piano and then like a really aggressively overdrive 808 that distorts to the point where like you can't even make out what he says sometimes. And at first I was like, whoa, what is this choice that they're going with here? But it's such a good choice because like if you listen to what he's saying, he's like he said something about like I tried to blah blah blah, but no one would listen. And it's like while he's saying that, there's these loud ass 808s that are just fucking blowing your headphones up. And really
Well,
smart
I
stuff.
actually listened to this song on my monitors. I was listening today on my monitors instead, which I normally don't do,
Mm-hmm.
but I did today. And when the 808 hit, I was like, dude, he's gonna blow out my speakers. Like, what the fuck? But then I was
Yeah.
like, what? Like, okay, like my volume's not even that high, and I lowered it just to hear, but like that was it. It wasn't like that was the way it was meant to be. You know, like
Yeah,
my speakers
exactly.
were handling it well. It was like that's the sound he put, and you're right. I was very like, what?
Yeah.
You know,
But
but
then it
I
made
mean, hey,
sense.
yeah. Then it made sense, so it worked.
It's so good.
Um, yeah. What I don't get is how like "Can't Get Over You." Um, it felt very weird to me.
Bro,
It sounded okay. So remember how we talked about Dominic Fike, and we went into, and then like little later he came out with fucking chicken tenders, and we were like, what the fuck, you know? This was the song for me that went, what the fuck, you know? But
yeah.
I mean, dude, it's certified gold, so, so I mean, obviously there's something
Hey,
about it.
yeah.
Um, I'm not sure, but Test Drive was another one for me that I really liked.
Mm-hmm. Test Drive isn't
It
bad. I
had
think. Go
it had
ahead.
a nice bounce to it. Like it just had like a constant like drive, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Um, so is what it is for me.
I didn't mind Test Drive. I think that uh
Coming right
like
after Slow Dancing in the Dark, like what are you gonna do,
it was
man?
hard. It was yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like
I
it was
out
tough.
of the rest of the tracks, I think it was the only one that really could for me. The only one
Yeah.
that could be right after Slow Dancing in the Dark,
Mm-hmm.
and I think if there was any other song, I would have been lost. I've been like, what just happened? You
Yeah.
know?
I mean, it's just tough listening to this project in order because of Slow Dancing in the Dark. Like I think that song would have made an excellent closer. Like an excellent closer. And I know it's hard to do that with your lead single, but I mean, it's just that type of song. And like, oh, funny you bring up Dominic Fike because I actually wrote for no fun, this track makes me cringe and feels like a bad Dominic Fike impression. I said the beat is super simple and boring and generic, and the lyrics don't really offer much either. I never read my notes like verbatim like that, but
Mhm.
that's literally what I wrote, and I wrote incomplete sentences. So
Damn, you really wanted to talk about that.
I just like it made me upset. Like can't get over you, no fun. Yeah, right. Even I know that's a really popular song. I was
I
just
oh,
like
I liked it.
You did?
I just I like that little dun dun dun, like the little like bells or whatever. It sounded like a marimba just going boom boom boom. I just like the production on it. I could care less for like the lyrics.
Yeah.
Um,
No, the
but
production was cool.
I like the production on it. That was like really it for me and why I liked it, because he had a little bit of stabs where like he would just talk in a low voice, but like it would be like trying to harmonize, you know?
Hmm.
And it was just cool like the way they used it. Was just for me it was just production wise all around really well.
It was,
Um,
yeah, no. And when I say that I had an issue with it, it's with him. And with most of the tracks is with Joji and his performance. Because a lot of the times he's mumbling and just dreary, no energy, like on Yeah Right, you know? And it's just hard for me, like, especially like, what track was it? I don't remember what track I was trying to about to say. But yeah, Can't Get Over You was one of the ones that I definitely didn't have a good time with. um,
Thoughts on R.I.P.
I think Trippy had a he's the reason why I enjoyed this track.
I
I
think so
think that
too.
he outshined Joji, and I don't mean to like shit on Joji. It's like it's just that I know that he can, like, he offers such a stellar high energy performance on Slow Dancing in the Dark, and then it doesn't come back at all on this album. Like, it's just hard for me to, like, because if he wants to just stay in that realm of the in tongues Joji, that's fine. But like, dude made an absolute banger, and I wish that we could get more stuff like that. And he definitely breaks out of it on Nectar, I'll say. But I, I really liked Wanted You, and I did like R.I.P. Those are the other two tracks I liked on here.
Yeah, I agree. There's some good tracks on there. I mean, those two alone like are really good. Um, what was I gonna say? For me, I think one of the things like, and it's not like I didn't mind it. But what kept going through my head was like the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And like stick with me here, stick with me. Like the weekend was constantly blaming, the other party and being like, it's your fault why I'm this way. You knew what you're getting into, shit like that. Right? We've
Yeah.
talked about that. We've said that multiple times. Joji is like not I'm not gonna say he's the opposite, but he does something similar where he's kind of just like it's like he's just never getting luck with, in a way, love.
Yeah.
Um in like in girls and just relationships, and that's what all these songs sound like. It's just like he's trying his most, like not his most. He's doing the most, and he. Shut up, bro. It's late. I work today, bro. Hold up. Give me a second. Like, dude, he's always trying, and it
No,
just
yeah, I
doesn't work
totally
out.
know what you're
And
saying.
like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying though. Like his subject matter is like pretty much the same, and like he always takes the same stance.
The album's called Ballads. Like,
Yeah.
and
But
that's
that
his
makes
thing.
sense.
Like, he
That
talks about,
he loves writing ballads like that. He even talked about it. Like I read an interview, like that's what he talked about. He's like, I like writing ballads because they're fun to me.
then write
And
more songs like Slow Dancing in the Dark. Like, Test Drive, and like, it's a great song. It's no ballad. Like, Can't Get Over You isn't ballad. None of these tracks are really ballads. Like, we know a ballad is like what Adele sings,
yeah,
like emotional, grand tracks. Um, and this project just falls short for me. I know that it's totally cool, like, if you feel differently, but for me, I was a little disappointed.
there was definitely songs that I was just like whatever. But at the end of like when I was done listening to it, they all kind of just conjoined to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like they all just kind of sounded really similar
Is that a
with
good
like some
thing?
kind of like I I think it's good in a sense of keeping a general like idea and like vibe to a project, because it's
Yeah.
an album, you know, and I think it's okay because you can listen to it from to like beginning to end in a way, like kind of get a complete thought. It just feels everything kind of fit together except for Can't Get Over You. It just felt really weird,
Just out of nowhere,
but
and it's like a
out of
really
nowhere,
weirdly length track too. It's like, why
yeah,
is
it's
this
just quick.
minute and 47 long track here?
What is it doing here?
Yeah,
It kind of felt like a filler, but somehow it worked. So whatever, you know.
yeah.
I like the idea of no fun. I like
Mm-hmm.
what he was trying to say, and like, he was really focusing on like this music stuff, and in a way, like he just kind of like shut everybody out, and that was it. And like people
Bro,
left him.
listen to it again and see if you hear what I'm saying about Dominic Fike.
No, yeah, it was definitely had the Dominic Fike vibes. I'm not gonna deny that.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I wanted to see if you heard it too.
It wasn't like my thought. Honestly, I spaced out during this song when I was listening. I was just on my phone because like the beat didn't entice me,
Yeah.
So I just read through the lyrics real quick. And I was like, oh, I get it, you
Hmm.
know. And then I just listened to the rest of it because I was like, I'm gonna listen to it. If there's anything cool I hear, I'll, you know, make note of it. But I didn't really hear anything exciting to me.
Yeah.
But I will agree with you that it does sound like a little Dominic Fike impression. um,
Yeah.
but
I do
whatever.
think that, like, what I will say about this project is the production is really pretty good all
Yeah,
around.
his
And
vocals stand out. He doesn't. I mean, he does some of the airy stuff too, but
yeah.
like he picks his tracks where he puts his voice very in the front.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, my main problem with this project is his performance on some of these songs. Not necessarily the beats. Like, the beats are usually pretty good. Oh, also, I don't remember where I heard this, but and I don't even know if it's true, but I someone said this whole project was made on GarageBand. Um
I can believe it.
I I can kind of believe it, but also I'm like how?
I can believe it.
Like, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's probably just they use a sampler cuz like none of these are stock sounds at all.
Yeah,
Um
definitely. I can believe that it's all in GarageBand. Like I wouldn't doubt it. There's a lot of music that we've heard that just comes out straight out of like GarageBand. Man, like
yeah.
Kenny Beats like uses Ableton like
Yeah.
in the cave, and like Ableton's Ableton. I don't like Ableton. I think it's weird to me,
I've
but
like
people use
never
it.
used it,
I've
bro.
never used. I've used it once, and just didn't. I didn't like it. It just looked very janky to me. Um, it didn't entice me. It was just weird. But yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I feel like this project should have been like not necessarily in sound, but like in place of career, if this makes sense. It should have been his Beauty Behind the Madness. In terms of what kind of exploded the weekend. Um, and I feel like In Tongues kind of is reminiscent of Trilogy and Kissland in terms of like the underground, getting all the fans on board type of thing. And then this was supposed to be the big breakout, Slow Dancing in the Dark, The Hills, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, yeah, right, being Can't Feel My Face, two tracks I didn't like. um, that were also lead singles. But I think the problem with here, and that wasn't with Beauty Behind the Madness, is that Joji didn't really deliver. Um,
Yeah, but I mean, you said it talking about in tongues about you know about his audience and his
yeah,
fans,
exactly.
and like I feel like he kind of gave them what they know.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
that kind of like like low energy sad boy vibes,
Yeah,
which I mean, it's okay. I think.
I like it in small doses,
Hmm.
but
But obviously, you want to see some progression in an artist.
yeah, and when he gives it to you on tracks like Slow Dancing in the Dark, I know I keep going back to this track, but I think that track is the album. Like, it should be. It is what the album should be. And that's like a little taste, you know? And I know it's just my opinion, you know? It's obviously just my opinion. And I know there are a lot of people who think this album is an absolute classic, which I can see if you're really into like that sound, you know? Um, but I'm just saying what I hear, you know? And I consider myself a fan of Joji's, you know?
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think,
I'm a fan.
yeah. I think as
I think
fans, we
that's why
gotta
I
be
wasn't.
critical.
Yeah, I was a fan. I mean, I am a fan. And I think that's why I could just like, I can appreciate the project and just be like, okay, cool. Like Joji, like we got more songs, better production.
Yeah.
I was cool with that. Um, but from that production standpoint and just like criticalness, yeah, he could have performed a little bit better.
Yeah. Now, and
But it
like,
happens.
say you're on a road trip, someone puts this album on, perfect setting. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I would enjoy that. I would enjoy that shit. I enjoy the sound. I'd probably,
I would enjoy it on a night drive like that.
yeah, definitely. And I even some of the tracks that I talked about disliking on this album, or I didn't mention, are songs I added to some of my like night playlists or like feels playlists. You know, just because that's the vibe. Like, so I picture myself when I add songs to my playlist. I'm like, if I'm in a certain situation, would I want to listen to this song? You know, and so from that standpoint, I did enjoy more of the project than I've stated, but from a critical lens, I think that Joji can do better.
Facts. I agree.
How about that album art though,
Dude,
bro?
he probably like got really hammered one night, and that's probably a picture from like fucking beyond, like the dark web. Like that thing was
The
deep
Nether,
somewhere.
bro.
So that thing was in some other kind of realm, and they found it somewhere in someone's camera roll. They're like, "Bro, cover art now."
Bro, you gotta be like, I don't think I could put a picture of me like that as cover art.
But it's Joji,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna say he doesn't care, but he's just kind of like, I don't think he really cares about like, trying to flex. Like that's not his thing, I think,
No, yeah, he doesn't.
He's not trying to have the hardest album cover in the world. Like for him, I think this is his meme. That's the meme of his project. Like
Meme.
the music is serious, but the artwork is the meme.
I like that. I honestly like it. I really like the album art.
Yeah, it's great. I just remember seeing it pop up one day, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is the album art for Slow Dancing in the Dark? What the hell?" Like,
Yeah.
I was confused. It felt like it didn't fit, but it was cool.
Yeah. And Ballads 1, meaning there could be a Ballads 2. Though I doubt it because he's changed a lot.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Honestly,
I'd
if
be
we
down
get
for
one,
a Ballads 2.
if
If
we
we get one,
one,
it'd be better. I already know it'd be better.
I think so. Yeah, especially after he hears this episode, like he'll
Joji,
definitely be like, "Oh, yeah, I got to give these guys a ballad."
Papa
What if he does?
Frankie.
What if he does a ballads 2 with Kenny Beats? Holy shit! I'm not sure how it would sound. I'm not sure if Kenny could like. He probably could do it.
He could.
But
I mean,
I just know the production would be insane.
Yeah, no, he was on some.
Did you watch the Cave episode with Kenny and Joji?
Oh, I didn't. I've watched a lot of Cave episodes, but I didn't see that one.
Joji and Kenny is hilarious. He writes a song about the Flintstones.
Really?
Dead ass. It's great. And in the beginning, he's like, Wilma. Like,
Oh wait, I have seen that. Why do I remember that? Yeah, I know I've definitely seen that.
And fucking Kenny Beats is sitting there like, what the hell? And he's just laughing his ass off. And then
Bro,
like
the Cave is so good.
Oh, it's so good, bro. All right, cool. We
Zach
wrapping up
Fox
ballads?
went on there, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay.
So many good episodes I gotta watch. But is that a wrap on ballads? Moving on to Nectar.
Nectar. Why is it spelled like that? Why isn't it like?
I think that's how you spell nectar.
I know, but like I know. I'm saying, why is nectar spelled like that?
I don't know.
Like nectar, it should be. I feel like it should be an O.
Nectar. I think it would turn into nectar, not nectar. I feel like it should be an E. Doesn't matter. That's not what.
First track is called EW, and I really like it. I really like this song. His voice shines. You know, it's what we want, what the people want. It's for his performance. You know, he gives an amazing performance, and he shows the improvement. He shows what he's got. You know, I love the strings in here and the harmony layers. I think you is a great intro.
I love the chorus and how he says, "Teach me to love just to let me go. I can't believe that I'm not enough."
Hmm.
And that shit just hurt. It really did hurt. And like you could
Yeah,
just imagine like what he's going through. Like, like this girl is like, she taught him everything. Like I feel like this, like he came out of his shell with like this one, and then just leaves him go, lets him go. And he's like, what? He's confused. Like,
yeah.
how you going to do that and just let that happen? Um, and I read this thing, it's on that genius.com, and like, I don't know how legit it is, but like they're saying how like you in like Vietnamese is spelled YEU, with like the E has a little like thing above it. It's weird. I don't know. And basically the meaning is love or to love, but like he just spells it as you, you know, kind of give it that like basically saying that like love is gross
In Vietnamese,
in Vietnamese. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm like pronouncing it right. It's literally pronounced as you.
why would he choose that? I mean, it's
Um,
cool, but like, I don't.
I think he's playing like the word.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know. I don't know like how, the right like I don't know the right word to say what I'm saying, but like the word is sounded as ew, but it's spelled YEU.
No, I got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah, and it means love in Vietnamese or to love. So I think it's like for him to like express like just the disgust towards love. Um,
Ah, that's pretty
you know,
cool.
I think
I
that's
like
what
that.
he's trying to say. Like, and then also like they were saying that the word like just titling the album Nectar is because like nectar has like a bitter taste, right? And so like he has like this like bitter taste towards like love and like this affection and like all this stuff.
That
And
could be true, you know. I mean, I know
I don't know. I feel
the
like it's kind
Genius
of a
people,
stretch.
the people on Genius are fans, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
they're just
fans,
random
but
ass
like, but
people.
also like these people dive deep. Like these are like some crazy dudes, you know.
Yeah.
But
That I mean, that sounds pretty cool, like Nectar.
yeah, like it's a cool concept. I mean, it's a really cool like theory on why it's called that.
Yeah.
Why he titled it Nectar. But cool thing that I read also was that like he mentioned once that like he doesn't a lot of the stuff he writes about like none of it really happens to him. He just writes about like other things that he's experienced people go through, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna write about that situation. And so he writes about it. Like if he writes about like getting heartbroken, I'm sure he's been heartbroken before. But a lot of the stuff he writes about, he's just like, nah, I just like to write sad stuff like about other situations.
Yeah, and I remember him saying that in the Genius for I don't want to waste my time because that song's about like someone cheating, like the narrator cheating on his girl with another girl.
Mhm.
And he's like, "That's not me." Like, I just want
It was
to.
about his friend. It was about his
Yeah.
friend. His
Hmm.
friend's like, oh, I cheated, and he's like, oh, that's kind of whack. So he
Yeah.
wrote about that. you know.
Yeah, but that's a fire ass song, so it's cool. And I don't condone none of that, but it's cool. It's a good song.
Yeah. No
Um,
point in cheating.
no, cheating sucks. Don't fucking cheat. Good lord. Anyways, Modus. Um, I really like the hook on this song. But I think the verses were a little bit lacking because it was the mumbling shit that I just don't like from at this point because I've said it on like every time I have a criticism. But I really like the hook. The hook is enough for me to like the song because of how strong it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The production, bro. The production.
Production.
It's fire.
It's good. That was honestly like that's why I didn't really write a lot of notes about this about production. Like all of it was really good. Like I mean, I can't wait till we get to like some certain songs that I want to talk about. Some of
Mm-hmm.
my favorites. But production was just really good. I did not like the song with Diplo.
Bro, me neither. I think it was weird.
Yeah, I didn't like
Um,
it. I was glad it was only like less than 3 minutes. I was like, I can't. I didn't like
it's
it,
kind
bro.
of like it's kind of got this weird like mainstream-ish sound that just doesn't really blend with Joji's vocals because I mean it's Diplo, you know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
Like it's cool. It's a cool little track. I just don't. I personally don't like it. You don't like it. I think Joji he sounds good. Like he has a good performance. Um, but yeah, I wasn't a fan of it,
Definitely.
and I'm not a fan of TikTok. I don't know how you feel about
I
that
didn't
track.
like TikTok.
I fucking hate that song. Like I,
I mean, look,
that was strong, but
it's interesting. The way it opens, I was like, I was just confused. I was like, this doesn't. I don't know how Joji's gonna fit with this.
yeah.
And then he
Then
started
comes
singing,
in.
and I'm like, what just happened?
I was kind of like cringing. I was like,
I felt like this could have been a song. Like, change the lyrics, put some like fucking cringy ass lyrics, and it's a Pink Guy song.
yeah,
You know,
because like the hook, he's like, I don't even want to imitate it because I'd sound cringe.
do it.
Like, no.
Do it.
Well, he's saying like TikTok out of blah blah out of the big struggle, and it's like, yeah, I know it's fucking, it's not good. It's just not good. I know like a lot of people like that song though, but
It's not that good. You know whose TikTok was good?
Huh.
Kesha.
Oh my.
Kesha's TikTok.
Why?
Banger.
Why did you just say that? Okay,
Because I heard it today at work, and I just thought.
I haven't heard that song in like 5 years.
Yeah. Every time I hear it, though, I'm like, am I in like 5th grade?
Bro,
Hold
where
on.
did you hear it? Like
At work. I heard it at work today.
But like on the radio? Like it's.
Oh yeah, because I was closing with this girl that she was like, oh, can we play like throwbacks? And I was like, okay. And I was like, all right, go ahead, play some throwbacks. So we play like fucking Far East Movement. We played some Kesha, some old Gaga songs. It was cool, dude.
But you guys
Definitely
can just
cool.
control the aux at work.
Yeah, it's Spotify. So I mean,
That's
I have my
cool.
closing playlist. Like I have a playlist that I listen to when I close. And then when at nighttime we just play whatever. So sometimes I'll play like J. Cole because I want to. You know, it's good stuff.
Good stuff.
And then when I count money, I listen to Sad Boy Hour stuff because I don't have to think.
Not your money.
Yeah, when I count money at the end of the night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
don't know what you said.
You were like, I was in the sad boy when I count money, and I'm like, because it's not your money.
Oh yeah, well I mean I count tips. That's my money.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just like counting money.
I mean I count money like that I have to do because it's my job. Like
Yeah.
pull a certain amount of money out. But like when I count tips, like I'm always excited to see like how much we got. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, back to Joji and Nectar. Daylight garbage. I'm just gonna slap it on there. I didn't like it. I just didn't. It didn't.
Damn.
It went very mainstream for me, and I hate it. I hate it when artists start going mainstream. And Diplo did that.
Bro,
I'm not saying, you know, Diplo sucks. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, I didn't know what else to expect. You know,
Bro, Diplo's done some whack stuff. If I'm being honest.
So hey, whatever. This song is out there, and whatever.
If you're a Diplo fan, like that's cool, but like, why? I mean, like, not that I'm not dissing the guy, but like, I have not heard a song of his that I enjoy personally.
Not at all. Like, I can't say like, oh, put this song on by Diplo. I don't know songs like that from Diplo.
You'll put on that new Diplo. No,
exactly.
Said
I
no
don't
one.
hear that.
Like,
exactly.
Okay, so there's this one song on the 2K20. It's either 19 or 20 soundtrack, and it's a Bad Bunny song. But Diplo like produced it.
God, Diplo.
Bro, it's like the worst song I've ever heard in my life. Like,
I don't like Bad Bunny either,
Bad Bunny's
so.
trash.
Dude,
I'm just gonna say
that gave me a headache. Listen, the fact that you said Bad Bunny and Diplo in the same sentence gave me a headache.
Bro, I'm gonna send you this song. It is so bad.
Send it to me, and we will never make another podcast episode.
Bro, whenever I would hop on the game and that song would just unfortunately appear on the shuffle of the 100 and however many songs are on the playlist, I would get so mad. I'd mute my
You're
TV.
like, I don't even want to play 2K anymore.
I know. It's fucking horrible. Like, God, bro.
Jeez. Again, not a bash on Diplo, but also like
Definitely a bash on Bad Bunny, though.
Definitely a bash on Bad Bunny. if we ever talk about Bad Bunny on this playlist, we better get
No.
like $1 million sponsorship.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need
My
him
bad.
to
I said
pay
playlist
me.
podcast. My bad. I was looking at a playlist. I do that so much where I'm looking at something and I'm thinking about it. I just put it into words.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, we ranted. Uh,
Upgrade. Upgrade is the fifth song. I feel like we say the names of the title, and sometimes people like don't know like what we're talking about. So like, yes, Upgrade is the name of the fifth song on here, and um, I like how it kind of returns to that older sound just a little bit. You know, it's a cool little interlude type vibe. I think it fits.
it for me, the only thing that was going through my head was like I've never had a Nintendo 3DS ever.
Me neither.
But like when you used to play like games or you see people play the games and like um I don't know what games it is, but I feel like it could be like the soundtrack when you're just walking through like each room of the game you're playing
Mm.
and like you're just like it loads, you walk in, there's people like with the little sound, not the sound things, but like the text box and like, "Hey, how are you today?" and you're like doing shit. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah, I know.
But
I
like
know.
it sounds like waiting room music in like a video game on like a 3DS
Yeah, like
game.
lobby,
Like lobby
type
music. But it's only a minute 30, so whatever.
Yeah, cool little
Weird
interlude type
placement.
track.
It was like a weird like filler track, I think, but it gave me time to breathe, I think, after that fucking Diplo song.
Yeah, and then "Gimme Love."
That was one of the singles.
Yeah,
It started off so weird.
gimme love, gimme.
It sounded very 80s though.
I know it's
It
cool.
had that 80s vibe, and I was kind of like fucking with it for a bit, and then I got annoyed. That
Yeah,
was it. It was
I
too
f-
fast for me.
yeah.
Just the little pooch, pooch,
Well,
pooch.
the thing is, like it was kind of like weird at first, but it evolves into this pretty like dope track, like with really cool harmonies. Like listen to like near the end of the
Mm-hmm.
song, like it sounds really good. You know what I mean? And it's pretty beautiful. I like that. I like what it turns into. I'm just not a fan
Yeah,
of
the vocal production was great. Like
It was great.
I want to learn. Like that's beautiful stuff.
It's beautiful
And
layering, bro.
I actually have I have some ideas for that track. Um, what was it? I don't want to say the name of the song. I'm trying to leak it. You know,
Big
but
leaks.
big leaks. But you're the one where like my cousin solo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like I had an idea like that could be cool for like harmonies or like something fun. I was gonna run
Yeah.
it by you later, but obviously you got final say. Your choice. We'll talk about it, bro.
No.
But
Yeah, for sure.
no, yeah, definitely like it was really cool to hear like these harmonies and I think it showcased more of his talent, but I feel a lot of that had to go with production too,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean it was just nice.
Yeah. Um. So after "Gimme Love," I feel like we have two straight bangers.
Two straight bangers. I love Run so fucking much.
Run is so good.
I don't know if you will agree with me on this. I don't know if you'll like cringe or like think I'm retarded.
Are you gonna
but
say
for
it's
me,
better than "Slow Dancing in the Dark"?
no, not at all. No. I'm gonna say that Run is this project's Slow Dancing in the Dark. Like that's for
I don't
me.
think this project has a "Slow Dancing in the Dark."
I'm saying
If you're saying it's the best song on the album, like I agree.
yeah, but I'm saying it's this project's Slow Dancing in the Dark, where you're kind of like, okay, like what? How can you really put something after this? But Sanctuary was there, but still going back to Run, like
Run.
just the guitar and everything about it was so good, and like hearing the single, I was so hyped.
Mm-hmm. "Run" is a really good song. Like it's like from a technical standpoint, like singing the structure of the song, it's really, really well done. Like that guitar layer that's kind of throughout gives it
Yeah.
kind of like a grunge sound, grunge rock.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice, dude. And I like, for me, like it was hard to tell. Like, I didn't know the side of Joji. Like he's just fucking going ham.
Bro,
Like
he
in the
sounds so
verses,
good.
he's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And like just all the harmonies are so good, and the guitar solo fucking makes me
Oh
nut in my
my.
pants every time, dude. I
The
have this on
guitar
my work
solo is so
playlist.
good, fam.
I have
Like,
this on my work playlist, and no matter when it comes on and I hear it, I'm just like this, like just like nodding my head while I'm
hey,
working.
send your cousin this track.
Oh, I should, huh?
Good ass solo, a really good solo. And
I'm
Joji,
sending it.
I think that this track might be well, I know it's one of his best vocal performances. Like the guy sings his heart out on this track, in every
Mm.
way. You know what I mean? Like he sounds so good. The evolution, bro. Like you wouldn't hear this or even anything close to this vocally on fucking in tongues. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
Like he sounds like a professional ass singer. And that's not a roast to any of his older stuff, but like he's really here on this track, you know?
Yes, sir.
You're
Sorry, I'm
listening to
listening
it
to
right now.
Sanctuary and I'm
Oh.
vibing.
Sanctuary is one of my favorite hooks that I heard from him. Really catchy hook. And it's
I
super
will say
impressive.
that like he has some good writing.
Yeah,
It's the
bro.
performance that sometimes is the issue. Most of the
Yes,
times is
thank
the
you.
issue.
Like
Um,
he's able to write the most amazing hooks, you know?
yeah,
Like his hooks are so good. So
they're
melodically catchy and really
they're
good.
catchy, bro. They're catchy. They're unique. I feel like again, like subject matter. He's pretty consistent sometimes, like a lot of the times, but like his metaphors and the way he just incorporates it all, like it works. It's just performance. Like he's got to work on that, I think.
Yeah. I think that also, I mean, usually we'd address this towards the end, but I think the album's way too long. Like, I think there's a lot of tracks on here where I'm just like, bro, like High Hopes is one of these tracks where I'm like, why does this song like exist? My guy,
I liked it. I liked it because of Omar Apollo, and I'm a Omar Apollo fan.
he helped bring the energy back, but like for like however long, like a minute and a half, Joji's like High Hopes over and over again, and I'm like, the energy just from Run and Sanctuary just completely kind of got depleted for me. Um, you know, it's
Yeah.
fine though. Like, it's just not for me. Yeah, that type of song. I didn't like the hook either. Like the hook is him just saying high hopes. um,
Yeah. I don't. And then Nitrous, um,
I
whatever.
kind of liked Nitrous a
It
little
was.
bit.
I liked. I didn't really like the beat. It just felt really weird to me. Um, I just felt like this project was kind of all over the place for me.
It was
Like when
very
you put
much.
this song up against Run, you're like, the hell.
Yeah, exactly. Because like the beat's super like it's a really like common melody too. Like it's a hard melody to mess up, if I'm being honest. But
Yeah. But he was just consistent with it. And I like just the way his flow and like just the melody of his like verses, I didn't like. It was just boring.
yeah, I think that he I don't know. Like I totally agree. I think the hook is kind of whack and unmemorable, and the verses they're better than the hook. I think the verses, but I
Mhm.
still don't think they're that good.
Dude, like his verses and his core, like in his fucking hook, like they're like the same. He
Yeah.
didn't really switch anything up. He just like repeated the chorus. But I guess in a way, what I liked about it was like, his actual the writing and like the words he sang was, the love make me want to sing, the high make me want to sing, and the pain makes me want to sing.
Mhm.
Basically, everything he's going through just makes him want to make music, and that's a good thing. Like this is his coping mechanism is making music. It's better than what the weekend talks about, where he's like, "Oh, you hurt me, so I'm gonna go just fucking go on a bender in Vegas. So I'll be back." You know,
Hey, don't. After Hours is still
it's
goaded.
still
So
good. I'm just saying, Joji's coping mechanism is making music, and
I mean, the Weekends is too. To be fair,
oh yeah, for sure it is. But like, you know, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
There's no
I don't want to turn
comparison.
this into a weekend part 2 video or part 4 video, you know, or
No.
episode. Like I don't want to do that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's all I got to say about nitrous.
Yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying. I feel like we're on the same page with that one. But I honestly just kind of laughed looking at the next song.
Dude, when I saw Lil Yachty, I was like, Joji, you're better than this.
But then the song happens and he's not.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty boy living on the west side.
I don't like Lil Yachty, bro. He has something about his voice that like it's weird. Like I feel
it sounds like he has a stuffy ass nose. Like
yeah, like you remember in the Cypher with fucking Denzel,
bro, when like, he came on the mic and he was like,
we're like, bro, I can't understand. Yeah, can't even.
Dude came out of nowhere, like he couldn't understand what he was saying. But any redeeming qualities this track had before Lil Yachty came on just completely got squashed when his verse occurred. Yeah. Like God,
though, I was expecting something more from Lil Yachty because I have heard this song from him, Better. I don't know if you've heard his song Better.
Haven't.
It's really good. I like it. It has like this reggae vibe to it. It's like it's good. And I think you can actually hear like Yachty's voice better in that song. And like you can actually hear him say words.
That's good.
And it's not like he's mumbling. It's just
always a starting point.
It was it's a good starting point, yeah. Who would have thought?
But yeah, this track, like again, there's two different ways to look at it. Like the way that we've already initiated, or it's a fun little track. Simple ass beat with some hard ass aggressive 808s, it's cool. Like, I mean, if you're in that mood, I couldn't see myself putting this song on if I had aux, which I tend to have aux when I'm in the car with my friends. I'd probably get laughed at. I would get laughed at. Like they'd be like, dog. Like
dog. I would just rip the aux out of the radio. She's like, nope.
What other instance would you play this? Like, because I wouldn't listen to this on my own.
I wouldn't wake up. I wouldn't get in my car and be like, what song should I play to start the drive?
I'm a pretty
it's
boy.
Not this one. It's definitely not that track. I'll play Run 100%.
Bro, I will play Run. I'll play Sanctuary. I'll play You.
I'll play Run when I feel like I've secured the bag. Like I just had let's say I actually did this. Like I went out on a date with this girl and then like it went really well. And like on my way home, I was like, I'm just play Run. It's a banger. And I vibed. Like it was a good day. I
feel like that scenario doesn't really fit.
It doesn't fit, but I wanted the guitar solo. That's all I was waiting for. Oh yeah. Was the very guitar solo.
The vibes.
Just like like, I don't know. That was my impression of a guitar solo.
That was good.
It was, right? Maybe I could just go like on your track for the guitar solo instead.
Bro, I might get one of those vocoders, where it makes your voice sound like I don't even know.
Or better idea, let's just get a melodica solo.
There's that, or there's the Kanye at the end of Runaway, where he's just distorted the hell out of his voice. And Joji does that on a track on here. Which track is it?
I forgot which one it was. Yeah, I do, and I didn't like it at all. And
it was like, horrible. Bro. I was like, bro, you can't disrespect the Runaway end of Runaway solo. What fucking song was that?
I don't remember, bro.
Which one was it? I don't know. Oh wow, we said that at the exact same time. Yeah, I don't remember.
Was it Normal People? Nah. He's very monotone in that one.
Let me see if I...
Was it even in this one or was it in Ballads?
I don't have any idea. I don't know. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, he did it with his voice, and I agree with you, bro. I just didn't like it.
Oh, it was in fuck. I'll see you in 40.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was in ballads.
It was in ballads. Yeah. I'll see you in 40.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was weird. I was like, I just didn't like it, but it was cool. And I'll see you in 40. He just came in with like the guitar at the end.
Yeah, I like
it was
that.
dope. It just very calming.
Or the
very
uke.
relaxing.
I think it was a uke. Was it a uke?
It is a uke. I can hear it.
Okay.
But it's just like deep. It's probably like one of those like tenor ones, I think.
Yeah. But
all right.
anyways, where were we?
Bro, that was like stressful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to find that.
I know. I really wanted to because I knew I had made a note about it. The runaway type solo. Okay, we were on Normal People.
Pretty Boy, Normal People.
Okay, Normal People. What did I have to say about this track? Oh, I like this song. I was trying to remember if I liked it or not. It kind of goes back to his In Tongue sound a little bit, you know, with that kind of type of production. But I don't necessarily mean his performance. I mean like the type of the beat. I love the kind of like quicker lo-fi type beats, you know. And he has a great hook on here again, catchy. But sometimes those 808s felt a little out of place.
Yeah, they just come in randomly. But I mean, wait, man, it works.
I don't mind it. It's a decent track.
It's like a really dirty 808 though.
I know it's not very, but it's not like
they put a bit crusher. Just slap a bit crusher on it. It'll be okay. Isn't that what Spraggins said one time?
What do you say?
I feel like Spraggins one time did say something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, just put a bit crusher on it." And I was like, okay.
For what?
I don't even know.
What, he just throw a bit crusher on?
I don't know, but he did say something about like just throw a bit crusher. And I was like, what does that even mean, bro? Like,
he's probably just fucking joking.
Maybe.
Dude's a memer.
I love him, bro. I wish he was teaching most of my classes, honestly.
Same. He'd kill it.
He really would. I feel like I would learn. I'd want to learn.
I'd be motivated.
Because I feel bad missing one of his classes because he's very genuine.
Yeah, and he cares like about what
he's very like, hey, you missed yesterday's class. Maybe we could like talk about it. Like, you have 5 minutes to talk, and we're like, yeah, sure, you know. And then like, you know, if you miss Benny's class, he goes, where were you? You miss a lot of my classes. I was like, dude, I showed up 5 minutes late last time.
Be like, who are you, Ed?
Yeah, he's like, who are you? Have you Ed? Ed, where are you? And I'm like, Benny, Ed's not here. It's Adrian. He goes, oh, Adrian, where have you been? I've been here the whole time, bro. Forget it. Stop. Back to Joji. I can't right now, bro. I can't. Normal People. I liked
Normal
it.
People.
It was an okay beat. It's like the 808s were really dirty. Like, in a good way, though.
Yeah, it was another one of those tracks you probably got to get used to if you're into clean production. But
Afterthought hit me. It was weird when I heard the first like 3 seconds with that trap beat. I was like, uh-oh. I was very scared. I was like, uh-oh, no, Joji, please don't. And then he didn't do it, so I was fine.
Bro, I got to read my notes verbatim for this track because it got really funny because I was writing them while I was listening to it.
Okay.
So I said, I was like, Afterthought felt kind of boring at times. Sleepy Joji returns. I really enjoy the melody he's singing, but he doesn't really do much on this track, and it feels like filler. And then all caps, okay, wait, this chick is killing it. Her feature is incredible. Does everything I wish Joji did.
I love how it's like not that each sentence like, you know, sets up the next one and then finishes a thought, but also sets up the next one like a paragraph, you know, like a full thought. It's just like your thoughts just happening. Yeah. Like, you know, like I text that way. Like whenever I text you, I don't fit all my thoughts into one text ever.
But you seem mad like most of the time when you text me.
Do I really? No, I'm not mad. I just can't put all my thoughts into one thing.
Because, well, you don't ever say like haha or LOL or any type of emotion.
Oh, dude, that's weird because I say LOL a lot.
You don't like ever.
I do.
Not when you text me.
Really? I don't know. Maybe because when I text you, it's business.
It's all
It's like,
business.
like if I'm texting you like a meme, then that's different, but when it's about a track, like I need to know, like I want to know something, like I'm trying to like be on the same page with you and
Yeah.
like figure that out. Like I'm never mad, like I'm never in a bad mood. Like if I'm in a bad mood, I just won't text you because like I don't want to, put that on you. I don't want to put a bad energy on you.
But anyways, this uh I feel bad. I don't know who she is.
I don't know
Benny,
who she is either,
Beanie.
but I kind of liked her voice and I kind of listen
Yeah,
to
she had
like
a
what she
killer
has.
feature on here. Like she saved the song for me.
Yeah.
Like if it was just Joji, it would not have worked. But um she did a great job, in my opinion. I really liked
Definitely.
her verse.
I did too. She was
Okay.
very like calming to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm listening to her right now and I'm just like, it's pretty good. She's got some talent.
She does.
So yeah.
But
Cool, cool.
anyways, then after normal people, you get after or no, what the heck am I saying? After afterthought, you get Mr. Hollywood. Um, I like the idea behind this track. Like I like what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
can
a
agree
love
with that.
song about kind of like going away and um, Mr. Hollywood like come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really straightforward song. One of the more straightforward cuts on here. But oh, this is the one Kenny Beats did. Um, I I'm like whatever about this track. It's like
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
whatever. I'm not something I'd write home about.
know. Yeah,
Not at all.
I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's there. Like keep in mind we're 14 tracks into this and we still got four more. So
Yeah.
yeah, four more. And so at this point you're getting a little bit of long album fatigue, which happens. Uh,
Can we talk
and
about 777?
oh
Or
my
my bad, you said
fucking
more
god.
thoughts. You have more thoughts.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
let's talk about this 777.
Okay. Off the bat, I really like the like synth. It was cool, and then it lost me.
That's the one part of the track that I like. I actually I didn't mention that in my notes, but good lord, this beat sounds like it's Apple loops with no manipulation at all. Like and it
Yeah,
goes all over the place too. It's like he sounds like somebody who just discovered like I don't know, like who just discovered sounds in GarageBand or Logic. Like throwing shit in here.
dude. Oh my god, I'm listening to it. Ugh.
Doesn't it sound like an Apple loops beat?
Yeah, it's very bad. It sounds like Spraggan said, "All right, for your first assignment, put some loops together." And they're like, "Cool." And
Uh,
Joji's like, "I got this, Spraggins. Hold up."
Joji
That's what
came through with
happened.
the Apple loops. But yeah, we're just I feel like all the Joji fans are gonna be like, you're missing the point.
I'm not missing the point here.
There's probably they'd come up with some convoluted reason for why it's not good. but but like I said before, we're critical because we enjoy some of the music. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff on here that we really like. We know what the potential is. Um, but this track and then Reanimator, I like the most
I like the
unmemorable.
vibes. I like the vibes in the beginning of Reanimator. I
Yeah,
was really hyped. I liked the build up. It was cool. And
didn't
then
really go anywhere though.
it just let me down.
Yeah, and I forgot. But okay, Like You Do is one of, if not my favorite track on here. Um, I really like this song because it's like it goes to what we want to hear from Joji, or at least what I want to hear, which is him being emotional yet energetic. It's super stripped down with just him and the piano at the beginning, with like the piano that's kind of like drowning in low frequencies. Um, and Joji is just so good at opening tracks into something bigger than what they start as, something more beautiful. And I just love the chorus on this song and the harmonies. It's Joji, it's killer. Like it seems like one of the more honest and pure tracks on here, which is what leads me to think that it's about an experience he's had. Um,
Mhm.
I could be wrong. I have no idea, but I mean, it's like it feels like a letter to a person who loves him the most. Like that's what it feels like to me, and it's sad because the state of mind he's in is that he's clearly scared about going down different paths than this person, and he basically saying he can't live without him.
Yeah. Honestly, I think there's something very powerful about it just being his voice and like the piano.
Yeah,
And that's huge. It's like you only have two things to focus on, and I feel like the piano is accompanying how do I say it? Accompanying.
accompanying,
Yeah, accompanying him.
accompanying.
Something like that.
I don't know. Yeah,
It's
no,
it's definitely like in the back, and it's like the main focus is his voice, and it's just helping him out.
and it stays there for like just the perfect time. Like if the whole track was like that, it'd be like, oh my god, okay. But it's really good. This is a really good song, and I think it should have been the final song on here. If I'm being real,
Yeah.
because your man, someone come get your man. But
Yeah, come get your man. So obviously the last track on
your man,
Nectar.
it's an interesting song, that kind of four to the floor club banger type beat from the early 2000s is what it sounds like to me. It's nothing too deep in terms of the subject matter. Feels like he's just talking to somebody who just got out of a relationship and he's like, hey, let me slide. Like that's what it feels like. um it's cool. Cool track.
It's cool.
I like have nothing to say. Like I can't even.
It's straightforward, like you said, man. It's there, you know. Um, as a closer,
Yeah, it doesn't serve the purpose.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it because I think I'm still trying to process it.
Yeah, and
Um,
this kind of makes me feel like, or it drives home my main kind of point here, which is that, or not main point, my like what I think this album is not a concept project. Like there's no concept to this album, and that doesn't mean an album has to have a concept to be good, but it kind of feels like more of a mixtape than an album. I feel like,
mm,
you know what I mean? Like it's album quality, 100%. Like the production on Joji's vocals especially is incredible throughout this album. The EQs are there, spot on. The reverbs
mm.
are incredible. I want to know how to do his reverbs, and he just sounds great on here.
It sounds like one of those songs you would see on like you would hear at like on the credits for like Trolls. Like the show, the movie Trolls. Like at the end of it, they're all
Fuck.
happy. I don't know why. I don't know why I was thinking about that. But it's like it's like a happy ending of like some animated movie, and like everyone's just happy and you're watching the credits roll and like that's just the vibe I was getting from it.
Bro, I was about to
Trolls
make
was the
such a
first.
bad joke, and I chose the high road. Never mind.
Whatever. I
Kind of
just
want
I
to
don't
say
know.
it. I don't know why.
Say it.
Well, you were just like at the credits when like everyone's happy and all that, and I was like, "This is what you play when you find out Trump got coronavirus."
Bro, those things literally, kid you not, I got in my car, looked at IG, and like 10 memes of that already.
Bro, I
Bro.
feel like we're about to get political. I can't.
No, let's not. Let's save that. Let's not go
Yeah.
down that road. Anyways, Your Man was just a song, bro. I didn't think it was nice to put it there. I think honestly, I don't know how to feel about this album. I liked the couple songs,
Yeah,
there weren't a lot
like,
of memorable songs. There weren't a lot of songs where you could hear it and you know exactly which album it's from.
exactly. Yeah.
You would
Except
have to
for
go
like
hold up.
Run,
Except for Run,
Sanctuary,
exactly.
and like You.
there's a lot of songs that I for sure can tell like are in ballads. But just I don't know, none of these songs were like bro, like this is a good song. Like I wouldn't really play any of these in the car, if I had aux.
That's tough. That's
What do you
tough.
mean? I mean,
No,
there's songs I would play, but like there's a lot of them on here. Like there's 18 songs, and out of 18, I'd probably play two
yeah,
and feel comfortable playing the two. And having people be like, "Oh, that was a good song, bro." Like, what's the name of that
pretty
song?
boy.
Yeah, like, bro, that's next time, dude. If hopefully this Rona shit is over soon, and like you come back to LA and we get in a car, it's the first time I'm playing Pretty Boy,
Bet.
just for the meme,
Bet.
just for the meme.
Honestly, that shit probably sounds good in the car.
It probably does. I mean, hey, but fucking Lil Yachty, bro. Like, bro, like the features, man. Like in this project alone, like Lil Yachty, I didn't really like. Omar Apollo's was cool, but like he just saved it. He
Yeah.
was. That's all it was, and
So did Benny
production.
Beanie Benny.
I feel like it's Benny or
Yeah,
like
probably.
Benny or Beanie. I don't know, man. It's tough. And then
Beanie.
yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what else to say, but fuck the Diplo song. Anything else for you?
God damn. No. Yeah. No. I like. It
You
just
want to
kind
rank? My
of.
bad.
Sure, we can rank. It just kind of sucks. Like, I feel like if this album was just more concise, like a little, it was edited a little bit better. I feel like it would have been much stronger for me. Um, God, it just sucks because like I feel like Joji is a really talented guy, and I feel like he's not really putting his best foot forward on a lot of these tracks.
It's just performance. That's what he needs to focus on. Is just performing the songs better. And I
Yeah,
get it. They're like the sad boy vibes and the emo shit, and it's like that's cool and all, but bro, you got talent. Just fucking use it.
yeah,
Like
and it's just a little over the top sometimes. It's like, bro, we get it. You're like all like, calm down.
calm down, hey.
Yeah, no, because like on the songs where he's not doing that, they're the best songs. Like
Mhm.
Run, Slow Dancing, Sanctuary. Like, bro, I think we've gotten our point across. Let's rank them.
Rank.
Um,
That's tough. It really is.
yeah,
I I think for me, where I'm at, I think I go the order they were released. Like that's my order.
really.
I think so, yeah. I really liked just like the lo-fi stuff. Like I've been into lo-fi, and like I just really like the whole like sad boy vibes of Tongues.
Yeah.
And then I think just having their Medicine remix kind of made it for me, but I think if the Medicine remix wasn't there, it'd probably be After Ballads, I
Hmm.
think.
I think that from a production standpoint, Nectar is clearly the best.
Yeah.
Um, but from a personal enjoyment, I when it comes to like, yeah, I mean like the amount of songs on the project versus the amount of songs I like, it's got to be in tongues.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I kind of hate to say that, but like it's true. And I mean, like, I don't
And
want to waste my time as an absolute banger. Will he? Demons,
but
Window,
think about how he opened in Tongues and how he closed it.
facts.
Like it was they both of them were good, both of them were memorable, and then there was songs in the middle that were really good. And then like ballads, I feel like after track 3 I was just like, all right, well, let's see what I can talk about or see what I can, listen to again, you know? And then for me in Nectar is just like Diplo, like
Nectar was
come
all
on.
over the place, bro.
It was
It was
just
it was
it was just there.
everywhere.
I think it was cool to get more music from Joji to see what he can do. I mean, he's a diverse guy, but like his music is the diverse thing, but like his singing is like kind of all the same. He's just
Mm-hmm.
very mumbly, not mumbly, just very monotone sometimes and just low energy.
But he has a
And
good voice, like on
he does have a
Run.
great voice, man. And I wish he would use that more. And like, I don't know. But yeah, that's my ranking. It's in Tongues, Ballads, and then Nectar.
It's kind of hard for me to decide between ballads and Nectar, but I mean, solely for the first two songs on ballads, I might have to just put it above Nectar. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that okay, I think Nectar's like a 6 out of 10, and then ballads is like a 5 out of 10, probably, or even maybe a little less. Because
For me, I think I'd put like a 6.5 on ballads. Because
yeah,
I can listen to it no problem, and like there's not a single song on there that I'm like
that's fair actually.
like I won't like if it comes on in the car, I'm not just like nah fucking skip this song. But if I play Nectar and I see Diplo, I'm skipping it. Like that's just me.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Actually, I think it's order of release for me, which is
Whatever it
weird
is.
because I think most people are saying Nectar is like his best shit.
I mean, but we saw this with fucking Pony in Rex Orange County. Like,
Bro, that was
people,
controversial. I've had multiple people be like,
oh, yeah,
I disagree. It's
you
like,
can
all right.
disagree. That's literally the point of this. We want
Yeah.
to spark discussion.
But I feel like most people we've talked about, we've seen more growth. Like, again, not trying to diss Joji, but like, look at someone like Denzel.
Yes.
Like, bruh,
Oof.
you look at freaking tracks off his first shit, like Lord Vader Kush, and then you look at, Black Balloons off. Why am I blanking on the name of everything right now? Taboo. Yeah. I mean, bro, there's no comparison. None. I mean, I don't know. It's tough.
It's tough, but amen. I just like to see growth.
Facts. I
I
think my
just-
favorite Joji song is Obvious, and I don't think that'll change, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think right now my favorite one is Run. Just that solo hits so well, and I love it. Gets me every fucking time. Sad Boy song, I'm so like picking through that. I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I mean,
not
it's got to
Slow
be I
Dancing in
don't
the
want to
Dark.
waste my time.
Probably is, yeah.
Or will
But
he?
Will He was good. I think Will He with the Medicine remix, maybe. I don't know, man. But yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say about Joji now, dude.
Is this
I
our
don't wanna
longest
keep-
episode?
It definitely is.
Bet. Shout out
And I
Joji.
feel like yeah, shout out Joji for like getting us on an hour and a half discussion. Like, there's not a lot that can do that.
I know.
But we did go on a lot of tangents, which is fine, which we're doing right now. But like, a lot of it, I feel like was roasting too. Like, just kind of, I'm not even bashing, just kind of like criticism, and
I think
you
it was
know,
valid stuff. Like,
it's very valid.
we've also given him his praise. Like,
yeah,
I called one of his songs a masterpiece, and I don't do that like very often,
yes, sir. Oh,
But yeah.
fuck. All right, man. Well,
Here we are.
do you got anything else to say, or have
No,
we said it all?
I think we've said enough. Maybe not
I
at all,
agree.
but we've said enough.
I agree. I think we've said enough. I think if you've made it this far into the episode, you're a real one.
You're an OG.
Yeah. Send us a text with
Baba Booey.
yeah, that. And then we'll get you on the next episode of the podcast. First one to do it.
Thanks.
That'd be dope. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up on our Joji episode. As always, go look it up and figure out, your own opinions and listen to everything we talked about, and always, disagree with us, agree with us. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, right? That's why we do this, Clarke.
That is exactly why we do this.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't know. It's tough to like do this stuff and like then tell people go listen, But like if they want to have a discussion and they want to know what we're talking about, they got to go listen.
Well, I
And-
feel like if you're listening to this, you at least listen to some music in your life. Like, you got to be a music fan to listen to like hour and a half long discussion of Joji.
But
It's
all right,
1 a.m.
That's gonna wrap it up for this episode of Joji. And as always, I'm Adrian,
I'm Clarke.
and we will catch you next week.
Peace.